Here's something which just popped up on Fanfic and is classed as new, and it's already got 10 likes. It's incomplete as it's a multi-chapter story, but I thought I'd give chapter 1 a try to see if it's worth continuing. Let's get into it. The story is called Twilights Idol, and it's got a picture of her and somebody who I assume is Starswell the Bearded, although he just looks like a weirdo. Anyway, the description reads, Starswell opens up a portal to the future and ends up in Twilight's treehouse, to a Twilight that is more than happy to see him. I bet she idolises the bugger. Oh, I wouldn't like to be in his hooves though. Jesus, that is not something you want to pop into, is it? A bloody crazy purple unicorn's treehouse. Creepy. Oh, there's a note here as well. This is my first book here on Fanfiction, and I have only just got into writing, so please do not be hard on me. Okay then. Don't worry, author, who, by the way, is called Princess Auroria. What is it with princesses these days? They're popping up everywhere. I'm sick of them. Anyway, I'm not allowed to be too harsh on Princess Auroria, because it's her first book on Fanfiction. Let's get to the story proper. Starswell's horn grew bright as short beams of magic flew out of the tip, changing the colour of several poison joke flowers. What the hell is with the formatting on this page? Why does it just go to a new line? There's only 2 bloody words on that line. Why has it changed lines? Okay, changing the colour of several poison joke flowers lined on a tall table in the middle of the room. 2 princesses stood beside him in awe, as pink, green, purple and blue poison jokes stood before them. They had never used magic this high in level before. Even after 2 years of studying magic with Starswell, they were still amazed at what he was capable of, even if it was changing something's colour. Now, wait a minute. Are you trying to suggest to me that Starswell was the mentor to Celestia and Luna? I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it is a possibility, I think, in the canon universe, but I like the fact that in my head, Celestia and Luna are just badass from the get-go. After Starswell had finished both princesses... Starswell, what have you been up to? I hope that doesn't mean what I think it means. After Starswell had finished... Alright, I think there might supposed to be a comma in there or something. I'm sure there's supposed to be some sort of splodge in there. English isn't really my strong point, even though I am English, but we'll just go with it. After Starswell had finished, both princesses looked up to him, in a hope to have a turn at this type of magic. Oh my god, these princesses want to turn things from one colour to another. Why don't you just buy them a pack of crayons, Starswell? I'll just get them out the way, they'll be happy. Starswell, of course, would refuse the offer, as always, still remembering the accident that had happened a few days ago with the maids being flung out of the windows. That does sound a little bloody dangerous, possibly even deadly. Starswell, do not let them use magic again. Go back to my crayon idea. I think that's a fantastic one.
I'm sorry, girls,
he said,
but I'm afraid you're not ready yet. And Luna, I'm afraid your power is much weaker than Celestia's.
That's it! I officially do not like this story. I have a tendency to lean towards liking Luna more than Celestia, as I think 90% of this fandom does. Obviously that 90% is just pulled out of my arse, but I don't care. But can we try the levitating spell again? The young Luna asked, charging her horn a bit.
Of course not,
shouted Starswell. Luna looked down in disappointment. Starswell wasn't going to change his mind. I think that's supposed to be his mind.
Now, as you see, girls, each poison joke has changed colour. Do any of you know what this means?
Both princesses shook their heads in unison. So would I. It just means they're a different colour.
When poison joke change colour, it also changes their abilities.
Well, okay. Do explain, please, Mr. Bearded. Mr. Bearded, would that be what it was? Yeah, Mr. Bearded.
Blue, of course, changes the body. Purple the mind. Pink your race. And green can change anything about you, but it is permanent.
Oh my goodness! There's a permanent version of the bloody poison joke! Green as well! You would never expect it, would you? Green's like your general bloody flora thing. Plants all over the place are green. What's a poison joke? Asked Tia curiously. Tia's bloody stupid, apparently. Starswell was surprised. Had he really not told them about poison joke?
Good question, Tia. A poison joke is a type of flower that causes chaos on anyone who touches it.
I tell you what. Will that cat in the background shut up? Okay, why do I have the sneaky suspicion that this green poison joke is going to play a factor later in the story? Let's find out, shall we?
For example, an old friend of mine maybe, Lord Rainstorm touched one once, and his horn was taken away for at least a week. And his title was near...
Starswell stopped, interrupted by a loud knocking at the door.
You should go now, girls. I think I know who that is.
I would like to know what you were about to say, because it was confusing the crap out of me. And his title was near... what? His title was nearly eaten? How can things happen to your title? I don't know. I'm confused. More importantly, who's at the door, actually? These are princesses. Could it be their parents? Oh my god, who are their parents? Just as the two girls left, a slightly impatient maid opened the door. Sorry, sir, but your guests have arrived. They're kinda right here. What? Starswell, you need to teach your maids to speak more properly, Aurora. Just like me. Yeah, you heard me. Levitating a large book and looking firmly at the maid. Ooh, he's staring at that maid all right, isn't he? Looking firmly at the maid, he softly stated,
Let them in.
And just as he did, 3 large, yet powerful-looking unicorns entered. However, none were as powerful as him. Sorry, sir, one muttered gracefully. We kinda let ourselves in. Annoyed, but calm, he let them lay there in seats and proceeded with the meeting. What meeting? I wasn't told anything about a meeting. You were doing things with the princesses. That's more important than any bloody meeting you might have. Starswell had practiced months for this, but he wasn't nervous. Far from it. He knew this spell, no matter how hard, would work perfectly. I think putting another word up there somewhere might have fixed that a little more. Because he made it! And he was the most powerful unicorn in Equestria. Nothing could go wrong. Or toot your own horn, why don't you? I know somebody who would like to toot your horn, Starswell, and I think you're about to meet her. So why have you brought us here today? Spoke the eldest of the 3, raising an eyebrow at what the blue unicorn had come up with next.
Well,
said Starswell happily.
Many months ago, while studying the biology of changelings compared to ponies, I came across the spell that changelings use to copy other ponies' abilities.
How did you know? I've got a feeling you just brought these 3 here to show off too. Do tell what you've learned from the changelings, though. That would be interesting. That's nothing new, mocked the unicorn in the middle of the row. You'll know that me and Moonwand here have already done many things in that subject in the past.
Indeed,
laughed Moonwand. What? Indeed, laughed Moonwand, laughing him in the face. I'll roll with that. We'll let you have that because it had 2 laughs in it, and I like laughing.
Are you judging my magical abilities?
Yelled Starswell angrily. Though he was normally calm, he had a quick temper. Well, he's probably not normally calm then, is he? Now,
as I was saying,
he went on,
though a lot of research and study. No, it's definitely supposed to be through a lot of research and study, I have found if you change a few elements of this spell, it can make an incredibly powerful type of spell.
What spell? Do tell me! Oh, no, never mind. They ask in a minute. And what spell is that? Asked Moonwand.
A time spell.
Spoke Starswirl calmly, raising his head high, I believe. All three unicorns opened their mouths in shock. They knew Starswirl was powerful, but was he that powerful? More importantly, how the hell do you make a time bloody spell out of a shapeshift spell? How do you shapeshift your way into the future? That makes no sense. There's no bloody connection. Moonwand even dropped the scroll he was holding of his recent spells, which would look like nothing compared to a time spell. But that's impossible! Yelled the middle pony, whose name was Greenlight. I thought we already had a middle pony. I thought Moon something was the middle pony. Alright, we've got two middle ponies and a something pony. Let's carry on. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Starswirl or one of the random ones talking now. But I'll try and work it out. It might not even be safe. In legend, it says that he who goes through a time portal is burnt to death.
Exactly why I'm going to prove that wrong.
Opening the large book, Starswirl read the vast complicated words in his head, making a large, bright dot appear in the room beside him. I could have done with a break in that sentence, to be honest. Closing his eyes and blocking out the rambling by the other three ponies, his horn grew brighter and brighter along with the dot. I am excited. There's a dot in the middle of the room. It's a time dot. Soon it was so bright, all the ponies had to close their eyes and cover their eyes with their hooves as the portal devoured Starswirl little by little in a golden mist. What in the hay is going on? Screamed Moonwand. Moonwand, I thought he was the middle pony. As he cowered under the table, feeling the small tremors that shook the room. That did my throat in that sentence, Jesus Christ. Soon, after what felt like forever, the bright mist vanished as the three unicorns came out of cover, gasping at the black soot that covered the floor where Starswirl stood. Oh my God! This reminds me of that transformation of Twilight into a Princess Twilight. The black soot on the floor. That was in the shape of a cutie mark. I wonder if this is the same. Oh my! Gasped Greenlight as Starswirl's book flew in front of her. The book opened and the pages slightly burnt. I didn't even know that was a she. Oh well, whatever. Oh, that's that. He's done it anyway. Now we're going to the future. This is kind of what I was hoping the whole story would be about, but no. We've got 6 lines of it. See what it says, though. Twilight? Spike moaned, clinging to his bed. Do you really have to work on your magic now? It's 12 in the morning. Not now, Spike, Twilight hissed. I'm a princess now, and princesses have to work no matter what the time. I'm sorry, but I'm finding it hard not to laugh there. Jesus, Twilight. What the fuck? I don't give a shit if you're a princess. Have you ever seen Princess Celestia do any work? I don't think so. She might pretend to, but I don't think she actually does anything, my dear. Let's carry on. Not much else to say, though, but let's carry on anyway. Twilight continued reading the book. Spike was right. But she had been working on this spell for a while now, and she wanted it to be perfect. Twilight, nothing you ever do will be perfect. Just as Twilight was about to turn the page, the library was covered in a strange gold mist, surrounding Twilight. Holy shit! That's actually where it ends. I kind of forgot that this was a multi-part book thing. It's got more than one chapter. Well, at the minute it doesn't, it's got one chapter. But in the end, it's supposed to have more than one chapter. So now I'll never, ever know what happens when Starswirl meets his fangirl. And you know what? After reading that, I don't think I give a shit. Twilight can do what she likes. Starswirl can do what he likes. this author can also do what she likes. And you know what? So can I. And not reading this is what I like. So there you go. That is the end of whatever this fic was called by whoever that person was called. Goodbye.